Hi and welcome to my Python YouTube channel. It's awesome to have you here. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. And make sure to subscribe for future videos. I also have a blog at prosperocoder.com with lots of cool stuff, so feel free to check it out. Today we'll be talking about nested loops. You can also read the written version of this video on my Python programming blog at prosperocoder.com. Loops can be nested. Here's an example of a nested for loop. So here we have an outer loop with a variable row. For a row in range 1 to 5. And here an inner loop with a variable column. For column in range 1, 4. The ranges contain numbers 1 to 4 and 1 to 3 respectively, which means the outer loop will run 4 times, creating 4 rows, and in each iteration of the outer loop, the inner loop will run 3 times, creating 3 columns. And then let's use a simple formatted string like so. So in each iteration of the inner loop, a formatted string is printed in the form row column, surrounded by spaces on both sides. Each line will end in an empty string that's not jumping to a new line. Only every third time do we want it to jump to the next line. So if column equals 3, print the new line character, which means jump to the next line. This is just for a nicer layout. If you want to learn more about the end parameter in the print function that I used in the code to prevent it from jumping to a new line, feel free to watch my video how to use the end parameter in the print function. Now let's run this program. Here's the output. So we have these rows and columns numbered. So in row 1 we have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. In row 2 we have 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, and so on. So the first number is the number of a row, and the second number is the number of a column. And now, let's have a look how these loops work. Here we have an image. So here's our loop, outer loop, inner loop. So how does it work? Here we have the outer loop, and inside the outer loop, we have the inner loop. So inside each iteration of the outer loop, we have 3 iterations of the inner loop. So, for example, here we have the first iteration of the outer loop and the first iteration of the inner loop. This gives us the partial output at this stage equal to 1, 1. So row 1, column 1. Then, after the second iteration of the inner loop, we have column 2, rows till 1. After the third iteration of the inner loop, we have row 1, column 3. This is this result over here. Then, after the third iteration of the inner loop, we move on to the second iteration of the outer loop. Now row equals 2. And again, the first iteration of the inner loop inside the second iteration of the outer loop. Row 2, column 1. Row 2, column 2. Row 3, column 3. The third iteration of the outer loop, row equals 3, and the 3 iterations of the inner loop. So 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. Finally, the last fourth iteration of the outer loop and the 3 iterations of the inner loop. 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.